that the 1960 version of the Magnificent Seven is no perfect movie. So in this version of the Magnificent Seven, a small village in Mexico hires 7 gunfighters played by Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, Robert Vaughn, Brad Dexter, James Coburn, and Horace Buchholz to defend them from a group of bandits led by Calvera, played by Eli Wallach, who raid the village of both food and supplies on a regular basis. This film uses many of the techniques that made Seven Samurai a very effective film, while also updating many original scenes to fit the Western atmosphere and stand on its own as a remake. When the 7 go to ambush the bandit scouts in this version, all dialogue is completely removed, and music from a festival playing in the background as they guard the village and track the bandits adds to the intensity. John Sturges, as a director, continues to use Kurosawa's way of staging multiple actors in the frame to keep the audience's attention, particularly in one scene where Buchholz is threatening Brenner in a bar with a gun, and Brenner does not even flinch because he knows exactly what Buchholz is going to do. But we as an audience don't, so we're constantly looking back and forth wondering what's going to happen. And the action scenes are shot in steady wide shots featuring impressive stunts of horses jumping over fences or gunmen being shot down for buildings and other horses. And the villagers do more than just use a bamboo spear to attack the bandits. They're taught to fire rifles by the 7, they use machetes, they improvise weapons so that they can defend themselves along with their hired guns, which is a lot more riveting. Yul Brynner was just fantastic as Chris Adams. He has this vocal delivery that is just so deep and so strict and stern that almost every line he gives feels important. You get the feeling that because he's seen so many atrocities in his life, he's not afraid of facing any danger and that it's his duty to protect those in need, refusing to leave the village even if they ask him to. Robert Vaughn is the exact opposite, taking the job just to see if he can move past his nightmares of the war and if he can shoot just as well as he used to if he's brave enough. And Charles Bronson and Steve McQueen are very similar in that both of them envy the fact that the farmers can find people who love them, carry responsibility, whether it be their families or the farm, as opposed to McQueen, who is a gambler that's too ashamed to take a job as a store clerk because he would be admitting defeat that he's broke and has no one to support him. And Bronson, who chops wood just for food and is willing to accept $20 just to protect the village. Now, the biggest difference between Seven Samurai and Magnificent Seven are their villains. In Seven Samurai, the leader of the bandits isn't really given a clear motivation or a defined personality to make us feel intimidated by him. In Magnificent Seven, Calvera doesn't just raid villages purely out of greed, although that is one element to it, but also to feed the men who support him, who are also dead broke and don't have any food or valuables of their own. And when he does come face to face with the 7, he's good at simultaneously attempting to threaten them with his large amount of followers and manpower, while also offering them the chance to join him and take whatever valuables they desire, testing the fact whether they are greedy hired guns who are easy to sway and are completely underestimating their loyalty. Now, during the third act, the 7 make a decision to ambush the bandits at a particular place, which was done in the original, but in Seven Samurai it was 3 of the samurai who decided to do this as opposed to all 7, and as a result, these men drop their guard at a really inconvenient and forced time that really just is just there to give Calvera a way to sneak back into the camp and have another big battle, which was a very entertaining battle thanks to the action scenes as well as Elmer Bernstein's score. But I felt like this could have been done a little bit differently. And just like in Seven Samurai, there is a forced romance between one of the 7 and one of the villagers that, just like in Seven Samurai, it comes completely out of nowhere. The biggest difference, though, is that in Magnificent Seven, it's focused on for even less. You never see any moments where they're having legitimate moments of them bonding with each other, which I give Seven Samurai credit. There were 1 or 2 moments where Katsushiro and the other villager were doing that. But in here, you don't get any scenes like that. It's just, they meet one time, and then the next scene that they're in is just like, I love you. Yeah, me too. And that's it. The Magnificent Seven stands on its own as a riveting western, while also paying tribute to the original film and updating several plot threads thanks to a fantastic ensemble cast, a very talented composer in Elmer Bernstein, and a very talented director in that of John Sturges, even if the third act isn't quite as impressive. And for that reason, I'm going to give the 1960 version of The Magnificent Seven a 4 out of 5. Guys, thanks as always for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out my other reviews at NoPerfectMovie.com. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care.